Hi, I'm Jodi. Welcome to Krannert Art Museum's Friday at noon yoga virtual. Thanks for joining us again. We're going to get started in a bit more of a restorative way. We've got some options. It's nice if you're at home. We don't generally have a lot of props at Krannert, but if you're at home, I'm assuming you are, you can use 2 blocks for a nice heart opening. I can show you that, or you can fold up a blanket. So as long as you're stuck at home and you're going to be doing more yoga here with me or in other venues, then it's nice to invest in a few props. Blocks can be really nice. You can get a bolster, so this kind of large, more firm pillow. We won't necessarily be using this today, but that can be nice to have for more restorative poses. And then a blanket can be nice. You can use any kind of blanket. The Mexican blankets are nice. They're more dedicated to the practice than. And then you don't have to buy a strap necessarily with buckles. I usually just use my scarf, and it's a little bit nicer on the hands, not as stiff. So if you're holding it for a long period of time, it's not uncomfortable. So let me show you how we're going to get started. We'll start on our back, and so we've got a couple of options. If you don't have blocks, again, that's fine. You can just take this blanket. It's folded in a way that's just halved, and it's still kind of a rectangular size. And then you have that once, and then again. And so you've got this kind of sweet little shape here. You place that at the center of the mat, come to seated. So you're still on the ground. You can bend knees, plant feet, and then recline back. So my back body and my head are fully on this support. That can be really nice. For those of us with blocks, we can get a similar effect, maybe even a deeper effect. And you can have the block widthwise so that it's supporting the fullness of the shoulder blades, or you can have it more lengthwise, aligning with the spine. And then the second block is under the head. So you're going to just figure out which feels best for you. And as you recline back, arms alongside, knees can stay bent or legs can go long. Sometimes if I'm feeling like I need more support, maybe I'll use the bolster underneath the knees. This can be really nice if you do have low back pain. I'm trying not to use my hands to come at this, but that's not working. So, positioning yourself in such a way that you feel comfortable, supported, you're open in the front of the body. You can breathe easily. You can test that out by taking a few deep breaths. Make sure you're warm enough. You can always place a blanket on top of you or start out with additional layers. So we're starting out a little bit slow and soft. And maybe you've been sitting all morning, depending on when you actually do this video, maybe all day. And so it's nice to open up the front of the body. Oftentimes we're compressed and collapsed in our posture, so opening up. Not so much a deep stretch, just an invitation to expand in the front of the body. And feel like you can fully relax here. There's no tension, there's no gripping, no holding on. You can check in with the muscles of the face, relaxing around the forehead. Softening around the eyes, the jaw, the lips. The tongue resting away from the roof of the mouth. The head is heavy, fully supported by the props. Relaxing through the neck. Softening shoulders, down the arms, into elbows, wrists, hands, fingers. No effort. A moment to bring awareness into the chest. Think about the heart opening here. Noticing the breath there. Softening into your ribs. Soften belly. Relaxing the low back, the hips. The legs, thighs, like a warmth spreading past the knees. Relaxing shins and calves. Ankles and feet. From head to toe, the body in stillness, just resting. Inviting that same quality into the mind. No agenda. Nowhere else to be. Bringing awareness to the breath. Just observing where you feel most connected to your breath. The nostrils, the throat, the chest or the belly. Just observing this. Notice how that awareness might change. That connection to the breath might shift. Maybe deepening the breath. Think about breathing into the fullness of the body. Fullness of the lungs. Keeping this attention to the breath throughout your practice today. Forming any other intention that you might need. Something that's personal to you, something to offer yourself, like a guide. And begin to deepen your breath. And as you bring slow, soft movements back into the body, move fingers and toes, ankles and wrists, popping of joints. You can open and close your mouth, perhaps stretching arms overhead. Breathing here. Bending into the elbows, goalpost arms or cactus arms. Make sure the legs long feels good. It might feel better at this point, less arching in the low back to bend the knees, plant the feet. Still feeling supported by the props in a way that feels good. You can always come off a little earlier than IQ, always making adjustments to your own practice as you need. So exploring the breath here. And one more breath. Just moving mindfully, moving slowly. We're in no hurry. You can start to transition off to either side. Just a careful dismount off of the props, coming more into a fetal position with the head supported by the arm. You can start to roll the chest and the belly more towards the earth. Begin to press up into a tabletop position. You can move props off to the side. You can always have a blanket underneath your knees if you find that to be more supportive, offering a bit more cushion for your body. So in a tabletop position, fingers spreading. For a moment, just allow your head to hang heavy. Noticing the neck. Maybe gently sway the head from side to side, accessing a deeper stretch into the neck. Might feel good to sway the hips a little from side to side. The head and the hips moving towards one another from side to side, making sweet little C shapes in the body. You can start to circle the hips clockwise or counterclockwise. And in the opposite direction. Back through your center, connecting to the breath. Inhale, lifting the gaze, lifting the tailbone. Just pausing here. Think about opening up the chest, spreading collarbones. One more inhalation. Exhale, rounded back body. Tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin in towards the chest. Breathing here. Maybe drawing the low belly in and up. And then inhale, finding that expansion in the front of the body. Maybe even curling toes under, getting a little stretch as you shift the weight back, hips towards the heels. Still an open heart. One more inhalation and then exhale, finding that roundedness. You can untuck toes. And shifting a little forward and back as you breathe. And then eventually, with that rounded spine, inner big toes touch, shifting all the way back, hips to heels. You can widen the knees, maybe forehead to the earth, or to stacked hands or fists. Coming into your version of Balasana, child's pose. One more breath here. Palms pressing back under the shoulders, back up to a tabletop. And keeping the right palm grounded, reach the left fingertips towards the right corner of your mat. So using that sticky mat, inhale. And as you exhale and sink back, the right forearm to the earth, the forehead to the forearm. Opening up through the left side of the body. So you can actively reach long through the left fingertips, actively reach the left hip back. And breathe. One more breath. Taking your time, pressing back to a tabletop. Pause here. Inhale, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. Exhale, rounding. And one more time. Inhale, finding expansion in the front of the body. And exhaling, opening up through the back body. And back through a nice long neutral spine. With the left fingers grounding and the right fingers reaching to that opposite corner. Inhale. Exhale to sink back. Again, left forearm to the earth. Forehead to that forearm. Reaching through the right arm. Drawing the right hip back and breathe. One more breath. And taking your time, transitioning back into your tabletop. Inhale, lifting the gaze, lifting the tailbone, keep the tailbone lifted. Curl toes under, pressing the mat away. Finding your down dog, feel free to pedal out through the feet here. Spread toes, maybe bending one knee, then the other. Actively pressing the mat away, engaging through the core, breathing. So really just exploring this, explore your stability, explore any parts of the body that might feel resistant to opening, so a little more tight in the body. Can gently wrap the head a little, releasing tension in the neck. Finding stillness, maybe closing the eyes. Breathe. Then slowly, with control, shifting forward. We're at the top of a push-up, coming into plank. From here, you can lower knees to the earth. Elbows hug into the midline. Inhale, engaging core. Exhale, use that strength all the way down onto the belly. You can roll through shoulders, up, back, and down. Inhale, cobra. Palms pressing back towards the heels. Exhale, lower back down. And then inhale with no palms to the earth. And exhale, lower back down. Inhale, pressing palms. Again, you're pressing them back towards the heels to get that lengthening in the spine. And exhale, releasing. Inhale, no hands. Lifting away. Toenails, pelvis to the earth. Exhale, soften. One more round, just like that. Inhale. Toning the back body core. Exhale, lowering with control. That last inhale, no hands. Exhale, lower. And as you inhale, pressing into the earth, begin to shift from the knees, round through the spine. Coming back into your child's pose. Again, making any adjustment you need to. Maybe the knees need to go wide here. Forehead, again, to stacked hands, maybe to a block or to the earth. Taking 3 deep breaths. Just thinking about resetting, grounding, releasing any tension in the back body. Stretching long through the arms once again. You're in your child's pose. Arms can lift, or elbows rather lift, so you're really strong in the arms. Core is active. Gaze to the fingertips. Begin to shift forward. Curl toes under, pressing the mat away. We're back in our down dog. And step the feet forward so much so that you can ground your heels comfortably. So a shorter down dog. Starting to float the left hand away, maybe reaching for the outer edge of the heel of that right foot, and then back, grounded. And then lifting the right hand and reaching, twisting a little bit. You can reach for that outer ankle bone or outer shin and back through down dog. And then again, just reaching, see where you're at. Maybe you start at the knee, glide the arm down. I'm about at the ankle bone as I twist, gazing under that right armpit, back through down dog, and then reaching. Again, you can start at the knee, glide the hand down, see where you naturally stop, and then actively twist, gazing under the left arm, back through center. Again, you can keep this down dog rather short, but then release your knees to the earth. And from here, stacking the left hand under heart center as you extend the right leg out, coming into a variation of Vashisthasana, side plank, right fingers skyward. Playing with balance here, maybe shifting the weight more into the left palm, into that top left foot as you float the right foot away. And it doesn't have to go far, but maybe there's alignment, so the heel to the knee, to the hip, to the shoulder. Breathing. One more inhalation. And then exhale, releasing everything back down to the earth. Tabletop. Right shin to the earth. And extend that left leg out. Reach left fingertips skyward, maybe the gaze skyward. Again, feel very stable here. Position your right hand where you need it. You can float the left foot away from the earth to any amount. Breathing. One more breath. And releasing everything back down. Tabletop. Curling toes under, walk the hands back. We're going to come into a nice counterbalance or counterweight. Counter stretch is what I'm trying to say for the wrists. I'm a little distracted. My kitty cat was playing with my shadow on the wall. So you can flip the palms over. I'm stretching into the wrists a little bit. Maybe fingers reaching more towards each other into the midline. One more breath. And fingertips to the earth, starting to angle them out towards the center of the mat. And then stepping the left foot up nice and wide. So you're in a wide-legged forward fold, palms to the earth. Inhale, pressing into the earth, find length. And if you need to, use props, use blocks. Exhale, you're just hinging your hips, keeping a nice tall spine. And inhale, pressing into blocks or the earth, shoulders away from ears. Exhale, hinging at the hips. Again, inhale. Spread toes. You can have softer knees, but strong in the core to keep that alignment in the spine, and then just hinging into this, maybe forearms to blocks or to the earth. One more breath. And starting to press palms back into the earth. You can heel to toe the feet a little bit closer together. And from here, starting to walk hands, heart, and torso. And walk them over to, let's say, that right side. You can ground the right palm or the right fingertips into the earth, into the inside, that big toe edge of the foot. Reaching for the outer leg. Again, you can slide that left hand down the leg, finding what feels right for you. Coming into a nice side body stretch. Releasing any tension in the neck. Breathe. And start to bend the left knee. One more breath. Releasing back through center, pausing for a moment here. Walking hands, heart, and torso to the left side. Again, left fingertips to the inside, big toe edge of that foot, or grounded the palm to the earth. You can reach for the outer leg, sliding the arm down. Feel what feels appropriate for you. Again, no tension in the neck here. Bend the right knee. One more breath. And then stay to that side. So releasing the palms to the earth, starting to pivot the left toes. Starting to pivot onto the back heel, framing through that front foot. You can sweep the leg back, coming into plank, maybe vinyasa here, so you can lower maybe knees to the earth if you need to, lower down to the earth. Inhale, cobra. And then exhale, strong in the core. Again, perhaps through the knees once again. You can come into down dog or child's pose. And so letting this be just a moment of rest for you. So whatever you need this to be, make sure the control of the breath is still with you. There's no hurried breath, no out of control breath. And one more breath. And we'll all meet together in our downward facing dog. And you can start to lift through the left heel. Leg is skyward, pressing the mat away. Inhale. And as you exhale and shift forward, you can begin to hollow out the belly, just hovering, chin above the earth. And then inhale, extending long through that leg. Exhale, shifting forward, knee to the same elbow. Maybe it touches. You can hover. And then inhale, extend, pressing the mat away. Exhale, shifting across the body in a twist. And knee to the opposite elbow. Maybe pause. Inhale, extend. Exhale, releasing that foot to the earth. Back in down dog. Right side, inhale. Exhale, shifting forward, hollow out the belly, thigh in towards the belly. Maybe shifting on the back toes, inhale. Extending, reaching long, strong core. Exhale, shifting forward, knee to that same elbow. With a bit of a hover. Inhale, extend out. And exhale, twisting, going across the body. Knee to the opposite side. Inhale, extending. And exhale, releasing the foot to the earth. Starting to walk your hands back towards your feet. Feet can go wide. You can slide the hands under the feet.
Maybe the toes all the way to the wrist joints. You can have soft knees, head heavy. And breathe, reset here. And wiggle toes a little bit. One more breath. Releasing, sliding the hands out from beneath the feet. Bring the hands to the knees, pressing palms into the thighs, aligning the spine first, so a nice tall spine, and then lengthening through the legs, taking some rolls through the shoulders, up, back, and down. One more time, rolling through the shoulders. And then from here, just finding mountain pose. You can start to extend arms out to a T alongside the body and actively squeeze the shoulder blades as if they could touch along the spine and the back body. So finding that beautiful expansion, heart opening. One more inhalation and then exhale, bringing the left arm on top of the right. And stack the elbows. You can stay here, this is a nice stretch. Or coming palm into palm. You can start to play, maybe floating arms up and down. Having a little bit of range of motion can be good, but only do this if it feels appropriate for your body. So making sure that this feels safe for you. Finding stillness. Elbows in line with shoulders. One more breath. And release the hands. Inhale, open the arms, open the heart. Squeezing upper back body. Rhomboids coming together. Exhale. Bring the right arm on top of the left. You can stay here, nice big hug. This is a nice stretch for the body. Otherwise, stack the elbows, palm into palm. Eagle arms on the opposite side. So again, maybe there's range of motion here. It doesn't have to be much. You're just listening to your body, opening up where you're able. Stilling any movement, breathing. And then release the palms, release the arms out wide, inhaling. And then exhale, floating arms down alongside the body. Again, you can roll through wrists, roll through shoulders. You can sway the head a little from side to side. Notice if the neck and the shoulders have opened a little bit. You can breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then from here, just stepping nice and wide, as if you're coming into a wide-legged forward fold. So you want to be fully on your mat here. And start to angle the left toes out and starting to angle the right toes slightly in. So heel to arch alignment. Bring your hands to your hips and keep them there for just a moment. Begin to bend through that left knee, making sure you can still catch a glimpse of the inner big toe. Knee is staying over the ankle. And then inhale, just lengthen through that leg. Again, exhale, you're sinking the hips low, tractioning the knee out toward the pinky toe, and inhale, lengthen. Get spread toes, broaden through feet, maybe toes, making sure toes aren't gripping. So just a few more times like that. We're just coming slowly into a warrior two. And then sinking fully into the pose. Oftentimes there's a tendency to reach forward, but we really want to maintain that nice tall spine. So from here, extend the arms out. They're parallel to the earth and then gazing over the left fingertips. Breathe. You can engage glutes, engage quads, engage core, but also finding ease and lightness. One more breath. This time as you inhale and lengthen through that front leg, you can bring fingertips skyward, pivot on the left heel. And then as you exhale, pivot on the right heel, building the pose on the other side. Hands to the hips, bending through the knee, track the knee out. Inhale, lengthen through the leg. Exhale, sinking hips low. Inhale, lengthen. As you bend through the knee, making sure you're not collapsing in that the inner edge of the back foot. Make sure that arch stays lifted. Definitely feeling more tight on this side, so there might be a very noticeable difference from side to side for you, just observing that. One more time, and this time we're going to stay. As you exhale, bending deeply into the knee, finding your strength, your stability in the foundation of this pose. Ultimately, the arms float and the gaze is over the right fingertips. Feel that heat building quality of the pose. One more breath. Now we're going to move with the breath. So as you inhale, reach fingertips, pivoting on the right heel. And as you exhale, build the pose, bending through that left knee. Inhale, lengthen, pivot on the left heel, maybe gazing skyward, and then exhale. Bending through the right knee, open the hips. Inhale through center, exhale. Warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2, inhale, open, exhale, right side. Inhale, pivoting. So this might be challenging your balance, so just observe that. Notice the body opening. Really staying true to the alignment of the pose. Let's build this one more time from side to side. All right, I activated my Siri. I'm not sure how I did that. So we're in our warrior pose on that right side. So inhale here and then exhale, you're just cartwheeling the hands down. Go ahead and frame through that front foot so you can sweep the foot back, plank. It's your choice if you want to. Vinyasa, you can lower down maybe with a hover. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, again, it's your choice. Down dog or child's pose. One more breath. You can start to release knees to the earth. Shifting the hips back over the heels. You're just seated on your shins for a moment. And shifting the hips to one side, sweeping legs out in front. And so from here, nice long legs, tall spine. You can press palms or fingertips into the earth alongside the hips. Think about opening up through the chest. And keeping the right leg long as you bend the left knee, flexing the left foot, placing the outer ankle on top of that knee, well above the knee on the thigh. You can start to hinge forward at the hips, opening up that outer left hip. But you can also press palms into the earth, maybe bending the knee, opening up the hip this way. I think we did the same one last week. So if so, you know that you can always come onto the back as well. It's the same shape. Maybe the leg stays long, perhaps interlacing fingers around the thigh. You're just stretching that outer hip.
One more breath. And so if you're on your back, you're welcome to stay there if you know that that works for you. But if you're propped up with the right knee bent, palms alongside the hip, you can lengthen through that right leg, keeping that left foot in flexion. Legs go long, feet can go wide. You can pump the backs of the legs into the earth, maybe rocking legs a little back and forth. Back into Dandasana, staff pose. And this time the left leg stays long, bend the right knee. The side's always tighter for me, so I'm immediately already feeling it into my outer hip. I can just kind of hang out here. I can hinge forward without collapsing in my posture. The option again, palms alongside the hips or onto the back. So if the wrists get fatigued here, there's no reason to stay. You can always rest on the back. You can close the eyes or soften the gaze. One more breath. And coming back out, the same way you did on the other side. Again, just kind of resetting anything that feels good. If you are on your back, you can come through seated again. Begin to bend at the knees. Bring the soles of the feet together like a larger triangle shape. So have the heels further out away from the body. You can start to hinge forward. Maybe this is all that you need to feel good. You can go deeper into this, maybe sliding the palms under the shins. You can stay here. Perhaps going further, the forearms sliding under. You can take hold of the feet. Bow the head heavy. Releasing any tension, you can close the eyes. Make sure the back feels safe. One more breath. And take your time. You can use core always to protect the back in particular, sliding the hands and arms out. Grow the spine tall. Start to extend long through the legs. And then you can start to bend through the right knee. You can take hold of the right big toe with the left hand, extending that leg out so you can keep a bend in the knee if you need to, or lengthen through the leg. Core is active, strong, to extend through the spine, and you can reach the right fingertips back behind. So a little bit of a twist here. Gazing over the right fingers, one more breath. Maybe even releasing the foot, still in the twist, releasing the heel, back through center. You can inhale, find the length, the line in the spine, and then exhale with that same kind of core strength, fold forward. Grow the spine tall as you roll up, inhale. Roll through shoulders up, back, and down, palms alongside the hips, open through the chest. Lift the gaze, lift the chin. Breathe. Shifting forward off the palms, starting to bend through the left knee, reaching for the big toe, that yogic toe grip, first two fingers and thumb, and start to extend long through the spine, extend through that left leg,
Extending the left arm back behind you, the gaze back behind you. And breathe. Think about alignment. Keep the leg toned. You can release the hand away from the foot, starting to slowly release the heel. Inhale, sweeping arms up, aligning the spine. Exhale, hinging forward, reaching beyond the toes if that's available to you. And then inhale, growing the spine tall. The rounded spine, and roll through shoulders up, back, and down. Plant the palms alongside the hips. Open through the chest, or even coming into a reverse plank. One more inhalation, really lifting away, and then exhale, lowering back down. Making sure there's plenty of room back behind you. You can bend knees, plant feet, interlace the last 3 fingers, point the pointer finger and the thumb. Core strength, making your way back down to the earth. And hugging knees into the chest. Once you do arrive, a little rock from side to side. And instilling that movement. So from here, you can start to draw the left knee on top of the right. Elbows into goalpost arms or cactus arms, and start to release the knees over to the right side. Maybe accessing more of a stretch into that outer left hip. Gaze over the left shoulder. Breathe. Starting to slow down, starting to cool down a little bit. One more breath. Take your time, releasing the legs back through center. You can unwind the legs, feet skyward, maybe flexing and pointing through feet. Shake out the legs a little. Starting to drape the right knee over the left. And then arms extend out once again, and release the legs over to that left side. Maybe gazing over the right shoulder. One more breath. And slowly making your way back onto the back. You can release the knees. Knees can go wide, hands to the knees. A little bit of rocking. Hugging knees into the chest. You can come into happy baby. Any final stretches, anything that you need before our final resting pose, Shavasana. You can continue to rest on the back. Make sure that you're warm enough. So you can find any support that you need. Props, blankets, sweatshirt, kitty cat.
Feeling open in your body, feel spacious and complete in your practice. Nothing left to do. As you close your eyes and simply rest. Begin to deepen your breath. Reawaken your body with movement. Fingers and toes. Ankles and wrists. And open and close the mouth, yawning. Stretching arms overhead, full body stretch. Taking a cleansing breath here. Breathing in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. Bending one knee, then the other, planting feet. Begin to roll gently to either side, curling into a fetal position, pausing. taking something with you from this practice into the rest of your day, sharing this practice with others. With closed eyes or soft gaze, you use the strength of your arms. Take your time pressing up to seated. And rooting through the sit bones, grow the spine tall, open your heart, bringing hands to the heart, acknowledging this practice with a grateful heart. And I'm grateful for the honor to lead and guide you through this practice. Namaste. Thank you everyone for joining me. We'll see you next week. Take good care of yourself and have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you.